Welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Sunday, the 20th of March, 2022, and this is episode 481. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers, and a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. Happy first day of spring. The pollen is out in full force here in Seattle. My allergies have been nuts the last few days. So, yeah. Autumn is my favorite season, followed by winter, then spring, then summer. So, sad to be leaving winter. All right, well, I've got quite a bit to share with you today, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's talk about what is on my needles. First up in my kitty cat bag from Little Fish Stitches, I am working on birthday socks for my bestie Katie's husband Jeremy. I'm using my French vanilla cappuccino sock pattern that you can find on our website, Java Pearl Designs. And as always, everything we talk about in the episode is at our show notes, ggkcs.com. I'm using US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Knit Picks Felici in the Vampire Vibes colorway. Now, as I've mentioned before, Jeremy has very long feet. So, the foot's done, the heel's done, and I have finished the leg. All I need to do is the ribbing. And where's it? This is how much yarn is left from the 50-gram skein. So it'll probably take the next two stripe colors, so this kind of purpley gray and then the black, to do. Keep going. That's what my watch is telling me. Keep my move streak alive, because I'm obsessed with closing my rings on my watch. Yeah, it'll probably take through that purpley gray and the black. And then I think I have like maybe one full color repeat left in this skein. So I thought it would take pretty much the whole thing, but it did not. So I will do the ribbing on this one, and that'll get me 50% done. And then I will start on the next one. I just dropped my yarn in the floor. I use the 9-inch circular needles, the Hiya Sharps, that I call Zoom needles, because you zoom around in circles. Let's pick up the yarn. Does anybody else absolutely love winding self-striping yarn by color? I don't typically do it like with the full skein, but when I got down to where because this comes in, Felici comes like this. So when I got down to where it was like collapsing in on itself, kind of, I hand wound it by color, and I love it. I love that so much. So, need to do the ribbing and bind off on that, and then I will be done with Jeremy's first sock. The other thing that I'm working on in my maker bag from Nerdbird Makery is my Advent project, the Dust of Snow Wrap by Curious Handmade Helen Stewart. And I'm using US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is from the Advent yarn that Silver D and Friends made for me. So here is where I'm at. So I have a little bit more in this 6th color. My needle the cable's being wonky. I have a little bit more in this 6th color, and then I will be, I think, actually this week I'll be fading in the 7th color. Okay. I'll tell you quickly the colors, starting at the bottom. Barocco Folio in the 4 Pearls colorway. Into the World Picaco Sock in the Bigger on the Inside colorway. Sweet Georgia Yarn Tough Love Sock in the Magician colorway. Desert Vista Dye Works Sock in the Alyssa Zumbadi Edwards colorway. Sweet Georgia Yarns Fingering in the Birch colorway. And the one I'm doing right now is Dreaming Color Swooshy in the Melon Bomb colorway. And then I will be adding this one this week. So, I'm pleased. I've done 11 weeks on this, and I'm very pleased with how it's turning out, and can't wait to finish it and block it so that I can open up that lace and be able to wear it, because it's going to be fantastic. All right, well, I have some FOs to share with you, so let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk about my knitting finished projects. So since I saw you last, I finished 2 preemie hats. This is from my top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get for free on our website, javapearldesigns.com. I used US 6's 4mm needles. This is hat number 10 for the year, and the yarn is Barocco Folio in the 4 Pearls colorway, held with Knit Picks Galileo in the Pearl colorway, and Lion Brand Heartland in the Glacier Bay colorway. And then number 11 for the year. I love this one so freaking much. I just love it. Number 11. This is Desert Vista Dye Works Sock in the Alyssa Zumbadi Edwards colorway, Sweet Georgia Yarns Fingering in the Birch colorway, and Soundview Fiber Mill Fingering in the CC's Pink colorway. Because I ran out, right here, I ran out of the Alyssa Zumbadi Edwards, but this pink matches perfectly, so I just did the last bit of the ribbing and the bind off in that pink. I love it so much. It's so... So, hats number 10 and 11 for the year. And I will knit number 12 today. How can we already be 12 weeks into 2022? How? I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, well, I have a cross-stitch FO as well, so let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Okay, I have an FO to show y'all. I need to hold it against something. Oh my word, the pink pearl hair all over that. I need to hold it, back it against something so you can actually see it, because it's perforated paper. So I am stitching a Christmas ornament a month, which makes me very happy. So this is my 3rd one for the year. So this pattern is the Christmas tree pattern that came in a booklet of about like 18 or so patterns by JBW Designs, Judy Whitman. The book was in the Nice List box from the Black Needle Society in 2020. I'm stitching it on these on Mill Hill 14 count perforated paper, just the white colorway. And I started using, I was like, oh, I'm going to use up some of this random floss that I have, because I'm not following the colors in the booklet. So I had some dimensions 16256, and I got like 3/4 of the way done and had run out. So I added DMC 3347, which I'm not going to show you because I think it's pretty. I don't know if you can tell the difference, because they're pretty spot on. So I will back this with sticky felt, the felt that's sticky on one side, and then cut it out and put a ribbon on it to hang on the tree. I just have not done that too. I've got a whole bunch of ornaments over here that I have this one, as well as the snowflake that I did on too high a count of fabric. I have the Satsuma Street one that I did in February. This is one I did like a year or two ago that I just never fully finished. And then this one. So I have all these, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ornaments that I need to fully finish so that it'll be ready for my Christmas tree. All right, next up in the bag that I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, I need to like clean this off. Sorry, I did not think my watch would keep going off. This is a project bag from the 805 Stitcher, and I need to clean the pink pearl hair off of it because it's all over. So I am doing the Spooky Stories bookmark from the Black Needle Society, Katie Landis. And I am doing this on the called for Mill Hill 14 count perforated paper in the mocha colorway. And I'm using the called for DMC flosses. I'm taking the needle minder off so you can actually see what I stitched, but I see thread, people. This is also from the Black Needle Society. I will give you a coupon code at the end of the episode for the vault from the Black Needle Society, where you can get stuff that is from boxes that is excess. So here we go. Off to my grave, for I am dead. Placed at my side a needle and thread. And then I've done the needle. I've done 4 of the stars. I need to do 1 more black star here, and then the bobbin with the floss, and then it comes down like through the needle eye, and I will be done with this one. I would have had the stars finished last night, but I miscounted and had to rip out 1.5 stars. So I'm hoping maybe to finish this today. We will just see how the day goes. And then once I finish that, I'm going to do the scissor fob, but I'm not going to use the pattern that came with this. I'm gonna do a different pattern that's a kitty and a pumpkin. All right, next up in my Outlander to bed or to sleep project bag from that was made for me by Stitch Toolbox. I am working on my year-long project. This is The River by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am modifying it to take this bottom motif and put it up here mirrored. And so I'm not doing the alphabet or the numbers. So this whole chunk is going up here, but mirrored. And I am stitching this on Steel City Stitchers 16 count Ada in the Crimson Peak colorway. And I'm using Forbidden Fiber Co. floss in the River of Life colorway. So I did the math on this, and if I do 185 stitches a week, I will have it done by the end of the year. So as you can see, I was really close to finishing out the inside motif there this week. So that'll be finished this week, and I think I will get most of the like inner border done underneath. Maybe all of it. It just depends. I'll have to count it, but yeah. So there was a lot of stitches up here in that upper part, but you know, as I start moving down, hopefully it's less stitches and I can, because it feels like I've been there forever. I'm like, we're 11 weeks in and I'm still on that upper motif, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine, and I'm enjoying it, and that's what matters. And then finally, in my Winnie the Pooh project bag from Knit Run Dig, I am working on my 25/7 project, Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. All the details of everything I'm using in this project are in the show notes. Pattern keeper, needle minders, grime guard, etc., etc., etc. So I post my 25/7. Okay, so if you don't know about 25/7, it's a challenge for you to stitch either 25 stitches a day or 25 minutes a day on a project. And most days I do 25 minutes. Sometimes it happens that I only do 25 stitches. But yeah, I'm making good progress. So I post about this in my Instagram stories every day. And then on Fridays, which is the end of the week for my 25/7, I post it in my normal feed, social media feeds with the numbers of where I'm at. So when I posted on Friday, I had not done this part right here or this square. So I had finished up through here, and that put me at 57,320 stitches out of 265,824 stitches complete, 21.563% complete, 10 pages out of 60. However, once I finish this square right here, which there's 50 stitches left in it, and this square right here, that is a page finish. That's page 11 right there. So as you can see, I've done enough squares to count as a page finish, but I'm not counting as a page finish until I actually finish all the squares on the page. But then, you know, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this page probably goes to like maybe right here. So you can see I've already done a good chunk out of that page 12. So I am going to have to move this in my Q-snap pretty soon because of the excess fabric down here that you can see I'm moving that is in the way. And I don't know if I'm going to, let's see, that might help. Yeah, I'm just going to have to like play with it and see when I need to move it. But all of this has been done this year, plus a little bit at the end of the previous first row of pages. So all of that is a lot of stitching, y'all. So that's where I'm at, and I will have a page finish when I see you again. And yeah, just keep working 24/7 on that. Okay, well, that is everything for FlossTube, but I do have cross-stitch content and knitting content and just general yummy content in the next segment, so you should stick around. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about. Yummies. I don't know if you can see, like, my desk overfloweth. But first up, if you didn't notice, I got new glasses, and they are fan-freaking-tastic. I adore them so much. So I got them from Zenny Optical. I'll put a link in the show notes because it'll give you a discount code. I've ordered from Zenny multiple times over the years and have always been very pleased with their service and with their product. So these are progressives. And then for the first time, he was like, you need computer glasses too. So here are the computer glasses, which are also very fun frames. And it took a little bit of time to get adjusted to them because I had not ever worn computer glasses before, and so I went through the whole like nausea phase. But there we go. New glasses, Zenny Optical, highly recommend. They're fantastic, and yeah. Okay, next up. Well, of course, they put the sticker right over the Knit Crate logo. There we go. Knit Crate. So we got our monthly subscription box that they send to us for free. So this month's is Metropolis. A city rises between the desert and turquoise seas. The faded chalk colors of stucco create channels for busy passerby. And I need something to cover up the code. That's not big enough, Cece. There we go. So here are the patterns for this month. So this is the box that we get. So this is the crochet pattern, this is the knit pattern, and then there's also a sock box, and we also get those patterns, just not the yarn. And so this month's yarn is actually a fade of 4 colors, and it is Knit Crate Knitology worsted in the Dune colorway, 100% superwash merino, worsted weight, 200 grams, 448 yards. So there are the colors. So for this blue into this gray into this kind of brownish cream into the cream. I actually think what I'm going to do is use this for preemie hats because these are great colors, especially these 3 are really great neutrals to pair with other stuff, with other yarns. So that's probably what's going to happen is this is probably going to be used for that. And they also sent us a tape measure that I did not take out of the package. Sorry for the crinkle. Time to unwind. You can never have too many tape measures. So, Knit Crate gives us a coupon code for y'all. The coupon code is GEEKY20, GEEKY20, and it gets you 20% off your first order. The code will work to discount the first month of a recurring monthly subscription and on any of their shop items, and there is a link in the show notes for that. Okay, I got the sweetest parcel this week. So, the card, For the Love of Tea. and it's from Lou Paper on Etsy. She said they didn't have coffee, so that's why she went with tea. And this is from Sue, who I know primarily through the Black Needle Society. And she sent me the kindest card, and I'm not going to read it because some of it's personal, but she sent me 2 needle minders. And they're both from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and they were fundraisers. So this one, Be Brave and Strong, was for a donation to breast cancer organization. And then this one, You Are Enough, was a portion donated to the UK Mental Health Foundation. So that is that's even better. You know, I get these beautiful needle minders, but then also a portion of the proceeds help people who are struggling. So thank you so much, Sue, for those. They are lovely, and I cannot wait to start using them. And the card was just lovely, and I'm just so grateful for this community. And okay, and then I ordered one thing from Nashville Needlework Market. There was lots of lovely things. I don't have enough hours in the day to cross stitch everything I want to cross stitch and to knit everything I want to knit. But I saw this on social media, and then I saw it in a Instagram story, and I was like, okay, I have to have it. So this is from Summer House Stitchworks. This is Lady Catherine Kitty, Hello and Goodbye. So this is a needle book. I'm not going to stitch it as a needle book. However, look at this. You stitch the inside and it has mice in it. How cute is that? I want to stitch this as a 2-sided Christmas ornament. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And then maybe I need to do a Christmas ornament with this motif down here. The stitch count for each side is 97 by 67. And it's stitched in DMC. And it's got great directions on the back if you want to make it into a needle book. There's also a dog one, but CC and cats. And so I ordered this through my friends at the Black Needle Society, and when they sent me my parcel, they also sent me goodies, which was so sweet. So this is stitching fuel. This is a blood orange candle. I have not opened it up to smell it yet. Ooh, that smells good. Yum. A Black Needle Society sticker. A floss ring with a measuring tape piece that goes on it. This would be perfect for figuring out how far from the edge you need to start your piece. And thread drops. I love that they put the symbol. That's really cool too. So that was very, very sweet of them to include those things. So just lots of lovely yummies this week. And I love sharing yummies with y'all. So thank you to everyone who sent me yummies and who made yummies that I could purchase. So, and as always, links to everything are in the show notes. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, now let's talk about what we're reading, watching, and listening to. A reminder about our RAL read along, which is the challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. We are coming up to the end of our first quarterly RAL, January, February, March. And by participating in the quarterly RALs, you earn entries into the year-long giveaway. And then at the beginning of 2023, we will draw for 3 grand prize winners. All the details are in the show notes, and you enter in our Facebook group. And make sure that you answer the questions. If you try to join the group, who's the mama, Cece or Dammy? Cece. What's the cat's name? Pink, Pinky Pearl, Pink Pearl, Stinky Butt, Naughty Baby. I'll accept any of those. And then you need to read the rules and agree to them, and there's a password within the rules that you need to enter. Okay, what have I been reading since I talked to y'all last? Continuing to read How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can by Amy B. Shire. Finding it very, very interesting. And yeah, I haven't read it the last few days with my allergies. I'm like, my brain can't concentrate on this very well. So, hoping to get back to it tomorrow. For my Unashamed Love Collective book club, we are reading in March, Found in Transition, A Mother's Evolution During Her Child's Gender Change by Pariah Hasuri. I finished reading that this week. Phenomenal book. And it was very well written, and I just appreciated her honesty in the feelings and thoughts and emotions she was going through as this process happened. And it was very well done, and I'm really looking forward to next week when we have her at our book club to chat with her. So, continuing to read A Poem a Night from Inward by Young Pueblo. I am nearing completion of Inward, and then I have his second book as well to read. Still reading and writing in Get Untamed the Journal by Glennon Doyle. Okay, I finished reading 3 books in the Duncan Kincaid and Gemma James series by Deborah Crombie. Book 12, Where Memories Lie. Book 13, Necessary as Blood. And book 14, No Mark Upon Her. This is a detective police inspector series based in the UK. And yeah, I just love it. And then I also finished reading 2 books in the Ruth Galloway series by Ellie Griffiths. Book 10, The Dark Angel, and book 11, The Stone Circle. These are also set in the UK. Ruth is a archaeologist, and she helps the police solve mysteries. Then I also finished reading My Fine Fellow by Janique Cohen. I read another book by her recently, and I can't think what the name of it is, but it was very good. And then I found out that she had written this book, and this kind of felt like, kind of like My Fair Lady type story, but set in the cooking world, and set in the UK. And, yeah, it was really, I enjoyed it. I read book number 1 in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's called The Naturals. The first book is called The Naturals. And it's kind of like CSI meets, or Criminal Minds. No, more like probably Criminal Minds meets, like any of the series of like teenage kids going away to a school. And so these kids, the Naturals, all have a natural ability that makes them makes their ability to look at crimes and solve them. They have that ability, and so the FBI recruits them as teenagers to like look at cold case stuff, but things happen. There is more than 1 book in the series. I'm waiting for the second book from my library. And then I just started last night the 54th book 54th book in the In Death series by J.D. Robb, Abandoned in Death. And I adore this series, and it's a futuristic, it's set in the future, mystery, police, drama, detective series. So, okay, some of what I watched since I talked to y'all last was Encanto. I cried. It was so good. And Turning Red. Holy crap, it was so good. I feel like I know there's been backlash against it, saying, why are you talking about these things in this animated movie to our children? Well, that's a bunch of crap. Kids need to know stuff. And I felt like it was done in a very good way. I thought it was very well done and really enjoyed it. Watching season 23, as well as episodes for the That's Messed Up and SVU podcast of Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Rewatching season 2 of Gilmore Girls with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. We are almost to the end of season 2 already. How? Finished watching season 4 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Wow. And there's only one more season left. So, I am watching season 6 of Outlander. I have episode 3 ready to watch. That I will watch that while I knit my preemie hat this afternoon. So, it's interesting though, because like I recently, reread the latest book, or the book right before at the end of last year, the new book released. And so I reread the book before that and then read the new book, which is further on than where the TV series is. So it's a little confusing at times. I'm watching season 15 of Murder Up Mystery, season 19 of NCIS, listening to my favorite murder podcast and random playlists. And that is some of what I've been reading, watching, and listening to since I talked to you last. Let's move on to the next segment. And now let's talk about the March, April, May Sheepy Spring Alba. So this started beginning of March. It runs through the end of May, and it's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to spring. All the rules are in the show notes as well as in the Facebook group. We'd like to say a huge thank you to our prize donors. Those prizes are on the screen right now. Lots of lovely things that you could potentially win. You enter in the Facebook group. Hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Spring 22. As always, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize, or you forfeit it once we announce the prize winners. Remainder of the rules are in the show notes and in the Facebook group. And let's give a shout out to people who finished projects since I talked to you last. They are Brittany M, Jane S, Jennifer BH, and Silver D. Great job, y'all. Keep working on those projects. Get them posted, and you could be a winner. You have a bit over 2 months to get them done and posted. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of the show where you ask us things and we try to answer them. This week's question was originally asked and answered in 2020. Kathy asks, how many pairs of hand knit socks do you have in your sock drawer? I had to wash my socks so that they would be clean so that I could put them in my sock drawer. So let's go to CC on location at my sock drawer. So here we are at my sock drawer. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's a bunch in here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 pair of like regular full-length socks. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like 13 pairs of shorty socks. I have more shorty socks than I thought I did. And then I've got some non-knitted socks back there. But my sock drawer overfloweth. I have many, many knit socks, and they make me very happy. How many pairs of hand knit socks do you have in your sock drawer? The world would like to know. So there you go. There's all my socks, and yeah, I love hand knit socks so much. So thank you so much, Kathy, for the question. If you have a question for us, please feel free to post it in the Ask the Geeks thread in the Facebook group, in a YouTube comment, send me an Instagram message, send us an email, however you want. And we have not yet been asked a question we've not been willing to answer. So feel free to ask away, and we will gladly do our best to answer. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Well, with that, we've made it to the end of the show. Thanks for joining me today. Let me just give you a few reminders. I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. You can save 5% on everything in the Black Needle Society vault with the code JavaPearl5, JAVAPURL, and the number 5. The vault contains things that were in previous subscription boxes that there's extras of. So that's a way to get a hold of things that you might have missed. And if you're interested in getting the every other month subscription box, you can join the wait list on their website, theblackneedlesociety.com. The next box should be coming soonish. There's been some family things that they've had to deal with, which is totally understandable, and I'm in no rush. So I'm looking forward to getting that when it arrives. And I will share it with you when it arrives. A reminder about the Pride Owl that we are co-hosting. It runs through the end of June. So April, May, June. So you've got a little over 3 months left in that. There's a YouTube video in the show notes, ggkcs.com. And our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along 2122. Thank you to everyone who supports the podcast. No matter how it is you support us, we're grateful for each of you. If you'd like to support us monetarily, there's several ways you can do that. Patreon, YouTube join. There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website, bookshop.org, and Amazon. Links and more info about all of that are in the show notes, ggkcs.com. And you can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you'll find links to everywhere else we are online. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, our Facebook group, etc., etc., etc. And with that, I'm going to tell you happy spring. I hope that you have a great week ahead. And until I see you again, happy crafting. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye. This right here is what happens almost on a daily basis. I'm sitting here working and somebody crawls in my lap and tries to stand on me here, or stands in my lap and I can't get to, the computer. It's a problem. And now the fire truck is going off. What are we doing here? Are you going to help the people? Are you going to answer the phone? Hello, people. I will help you.